Elon Musk, the world's richest man, wants to build a city on Mars. To fulfill the dream, he and his team built the world's first fully reusable launch system, which will facilitate trips to low Earth orbit, the Moon, Mars, and beyond. However, just one Starship flight is not enough to create a Martian city. To achieve his most ambitious targets, Musk needs to launch the same Starship 3 times per day at least. That, in turn, means it has a chance of achieving its goal of a city on Mars by 2050. That's right. Although it's just a chance, not a certainty. Notably, all of this happens only if SpaceX's Mechazilla orbital grabbing arm actually captures the Starship. In other words, Starship Super Heavy's first landing on the Mechazilla is more important than you would think. So, let's find out more in today's episode of Great SpaceX. Named after the Mechagodzilla character from the Godzilla movie franchise, SpaceX's Mechazilla launch tower is one of the most ambitious features of a spaceflight project already breaking new ground. The Starship is a fully reusable rocket capable of sending over 100 tons or 100 people into space at a time. The ship is designed to support all of SpaceX's current missions while also paving the way for more ambitious plans, like a lunar base or a Martian city. The under-development vessel could become the tallest and most powerful rocket ever to fly. While it's already set to be an impressive visual sight, Mechazilla could make the scene look even more outstanding. So how does the Mechazilla grabbing arm enable a Martian rocket? Launch towers for rockets are nothing new. NASA explains that the fixed surface structure at the KSC or Kennedy Space Center's Launch Pad 39A, which is used for rockets like the SpaceX Falcon 9 and NASA's Space Shuttle, measures around 347 feet from the ground to the top of the Lightning mast. It features 3 swing arms for access to a shuttle placed on the pad. It's ideal for emergency exits for astronauts. But SpaceX is thinking bigger with the Mechazilla. In December of 2020, Musk claimed that the firm planned to use the launch tower's arms to catch the Super Heavy booster as it returns to Earth. Some Musk fans have already created animations of their interpretations of how it might work. Musk gave further details about it and how it should work on August 30th of 2021. The booster will likely use 2 pins for lifting and catching. Musk noted that maybe it's better to modify grid fins to take more load, suggesting the plans are still in motion. The ship would sport something to flip out from the leeward side of the ship. Musk added that it's maybe part of forward flaps, but probably not. Tank treads on the arm will slide the booster out to line up with the orbital launch pad, preparing it to fly again. The plan marks a sharp departure from SpaceX's other rocket reuse efforts. For the semi-reusable Falcon 9, the first stage booster either returns to Earth on a land-based launch pad or an autonomous drone ship in the sea. The rocket fires its engines during descent to come to a stop on the pad. So, why not just do that then? Because, as Musk suggested on August 13th, using the tower to catch the booster and ship means that neither of them needs landing legs to support themselves as they return. The Starship will only require legs for missions that land on Mars or other planets until there is local infrastructure. Note that the Falcon 9 boosters used their legs to support themselves as they came in to land on the drone ships. On August 4th, Musk also suggested that the tower could move the rocket into position. On January 20th, Musk published the first official visualization of what SpaceX's plans to catch Super Heavy boosters might look like in real life. Based on the simulated telemetry shown in the visualization, Super Heavy's descent to the landing zone appears to be considerably gentler than the suicide burn SpaceX routinely uses on Falcon. By decelerating as quickly as possible and making landing burns as short as possible, Falcon saves a considerable amount of propellant during recovery, extra propellant that, if otherwise required, would effectively increase Falcon's dry mass and decrease its payload to orbit. In the Super Heavy catch Musk shared, the booster actually appears to be landing just on an incredibly small patch of steel on the tower's Mechazilla arms instead of a concrete pad on the ground. Aside from a tiny bit of lateral motion, the arms appear motionless during the catch, making it more of a landing. Further, Super Heavy is shown decelerating rather slowly throughout the simulation and appears to hover for almost 10 seconds near the end. The challenge is a bit like if SpaceX, for some reason, made Falcon boosters land on two elevated ledges about as wide as car tires. That slow, cautious descent and even slower touchdown may be necessary because of how incredibly accurate Super Heavy has to be in order to land on a pair of hard points with inches of lateral margin for error and maybe a few square feet of usable surface area. Aside from demanding accurate rotational control, even the slightest lateral deviation would cause the booster to topple off the pillars and, in the case of Super Heavy, fall about 100 feet onto concrete, where it would obviously explode. If the tower can catch the rocket and move it back into position on the launch pad, that could help SpaceX reuse rockets faster than ever. The fastest turnaround time for a Falcon 9 booster from the previous flight to reflight is 27 days. In March of 2020, Musk said that he wanted Starship to be able to fly 3 times per day. If Musk wants to build a city on Mars by 2050, he might come to depend on that rapid turnaround time. In 2019, he estimated that the city would require around 1 million tons of cargo to reach self-sufficient status. If each ship carries 100 tons, that means SpaceX will need to make 10,000 flights over the next 30 years, or around 333 per year, which is a very daunting number. But in any case, when will it be used for the first time? It's possible that its time will come soon. CEO Elon Musk has long revealed that SpaceX could attempt to catch a Super Heavy booster out of mid-air with a tower-sized Mechazilla robot as early as Starship's second orbital launch attempt. Musk recently also revealed that after SpaceX is done preparing a Starship and Super Heavy booster for their inaugural orbital launch attempt sometime next month, the company will have a second ship and booster pair ready to fly in August, and another pair every month after that. That means that in only 2 months, SpaceX will use its chopstick arms to catch a rocket meant for Mars. How exciting is that? Last August, Musk was hopeful to try the first flight with Booster 5. However, given the vast amount of time between then until now due to the FAA's delays in releasing the final PEA, many next-gen Starship prototypes with unique upgrades have been built and installed. Now, Booster 7 and Ship 24 will replace Booster 4 and Ship 20 to take place in Starship's maiden orbital launch. And if nothing changes, the first try with Mechazilla will be executed with Booster 8. Only a few more months and we'll be witnessing an amazing scene for all of humanity, and I can't wait. How about you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And with that, today's episode has come to an end. If you enjoy what my team and I are doing, you can become a patron through our Patreon link in the description below. And as a quick note, if you have advertising needs, you can contact us directly via email. Otherwise, as always, this is Kevin with Great SpaceX, and my team and I will see you next time. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.